Good morning YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking reflections. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. So as I said before in the intro, we're talking reflections today. We're going to go through various tips and tricks and basically 5 things I think you're going to get decent reflection shots. It's a little bit hit and miss with the sky, so there's going to be no interest in the sky, so it means you've got to work a little bit harder today. I've only got a couple of hours, if that. So yeah, I've got an hour and a half to film this before I've got to head back home. So let's see what we can do. I've not been in this area before, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's going to prove the point of putting the mindset of these tips and tricks into practice and turning up in an area whether you've done it or not, and just going from there. So without further ado, let's get on it. Now my first tip is using a wide angle lens. So this kind of demonstrates it. I feel that a wide angle lens, you get the best spread and the best way of actually getting the most amount in the picture. You can use long lens, but the longer the lens, the shallower the depth of field you're going to get, and the harder it is to get lots of things in the picture at the same time. So in an ideal world, am I focusing? Yeah. So in an ideal world, you'd have like 16mm or wider, I think anyway, but obviously you can pick and choose. I've got 24 to 105 today. I was going to use a 35mm, but I need to keep switching and changing lenses, and it's tipping it down today, so didn't fancy that, so stick to one lens. 24 to 70 is good, 2.8, but I haven't got one, so 24 to 105 f4, and yeah, get nice and wide and see what happens. So I'm just going to demonstrate to try and get the whole of the subject in front of me. So we are at 24mm here. Just going to move it around a bit, try and get some different composition, try and get that sign out of the way, like that maybe. Let's try and get that in the way. I'm not going to get the police in the way. There we go. Oh, the police are just going to stay there, but anyway, it's going to take the shot, and I'm happy with that. Now, another tip I would say is to get some sort of human element within the shot. Now, what better way than if it's raining and you're going to get a reflection is to show the environment of which you're shooting in. For example, this lady here that I just shot with an umbrella, it clearly sets the scene. The likelihood of it being raining and seeing a reflection is high, unless you're using a reflection like off a building or something like that. But today, clearly it's raining, so you use it to your advantage and set the scene with a lady or a man with an umbrella. So tip number 2, try and get a human element within your shot. This next tip is to keep your camera as low as possible to the floor, just to keep a bit of a more of a dynamic composition, not shooting everything upright and away from the water source or the reflection source. So for this bit I'm going to use a puddle next to me, and it's nice and close to the curb, and I'm going to wait for a bus to come along, and then I'm going to have a gander, but I'll show you what it looks like before a bus gets there. So this is what it looks like before the bus gets there, and I'm going to use manual focus so that
I can nail the exposure, nail the focus, because otherwise it's going to focus on the building. So I'm just going to switch it to photo mode and get that. And the next tip is to have a bit of contrast in the scene. What I mean by that, the likelihood is if you're out and about and it's raining like it is at the moment, unless you're using some glass or something like that to reflect specifically, or you're doing a photo shoot where everything's lit, then usually it's just going to be dull. So behind me we've got, wherever it is, TGIs. I'm just going to set up or try and find a spot and basically put a bit of contrast within the scene and try and get the reflections to pop a little bit. I did wait somewhere else for a while to try and get traffic lights and a nice vibrant coloured car, but yeah, I was there for about 45 minutes and it did not work out. So plan B. Anyway, let's get that shot and then let's get on to the last tip. We are back in the car. Let's try and place it down there somewhere, see if that works. There we go, let's place you there. So back to the car. Final tip is try and get a reflection when it's not actually raining. Now what I mean by that is try and get to a spot, if it is raining, where the puddles are still and the raindrops are not actually hitting the reflection or the water surface, if you want to call it that. If you're using mirrors or glass or anything for a specific photo shoot, then that's obviously different. But if it's raining, try and find a spot like underneath this bridge here and try and get a shot when the rain's not actually hitting the water. And some bonus tips then. Christmas time. Christmas is a quality time to get some decent reflections. Nighttime, clearly nighttime's mega, because anything where there's just light, it just pops with the reflections and stuff like that. If you're planning a photo shoot and you don't have a mirror and you don't have any puddles, now my top tip for this, an extra bonus tip, pro tip if you will, is to grab some big 20-litre bottles of water. You can get jerry cans, or you can get 5-litre bottles of water from your supermarket, your local shop, and carry them in your car. And if you're doing a photo shoot in like an underground or outside or somewhere like that, you grab your bottles of water, make sure it's flat and level, and tip it all over the floor, and you have a surface mirror in no time. I've done that quite a few times, and that, I think it's pretty damn good, and it's at a pinch you can get a decent reflection shot and raise the level of your photo shoot more than the next person that's not getting reflections on there. So hope you enjoyed these ones. Comment below if you like reflection shots, comment below if you've tried any reflection shots. If you have, or if you haven't but you'd like to, tag me in my Instagram, which is just here. I look forward to seeing your shots, and yeah, comment below on how you felt about this video. I want to do some more stuff like this, top tips, all that good stuff. If you want to find out more, if you're interested in a specific subject, comment below, hit me up on Instagram, all those good stuff, and I'll see what I can do with making some more videos like this. Today was a tough one, freezing, the sky was boring, it's very quiet at the moment, there's no lights around, everything was against me, and I'm about I'm about an hour later than what I wanted to be, so oh well. Anyway, look forward to the next one. Not sure what the next video is going to be, but look forward to that one. Like, subscribe, follow, share, all those cool things, and I shall catch you in the next one. Peace out.